Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment. Here on the channel, we talk a lot of wrestling and we talk a lot of comics, and every once in a while, we combine both, and we're doing that again. Today, we're going back to 1992, and we're gonna look at the WCW comic book, issue number 3, the Bruise Cruise. This issue starts off with Sting laying a wallop on a wrestler dressed as a lumberjack, calling himself Yukon Pete on the deck of the cruise ship. With a body slam, a stomp to the face, and a scorpion deathlock, the Stinger makes quick work of the lumberjack. As you can see by the lay around Sting's neck, he's ready to party it up with the fans. While most of the deck are excited to see the Stinger, there's one guy here on the far right that's not that impressed. We see that this person is Cacturs Jack. Cactus walks over to the bar and meets up with two of our mysterious trenchcoat men from issues 1 and 2, and we see that they are Tracy Smothers and Steve Armstrong, the tag team that was known as the Young Pistols. Tracy Smothers asks Cactus, does he want Sting in big or little pieces? Jack says doesn't matter, just leave enough for the Ghoul, he wants him alive. Now if the Ghoul wants him alive, why would he place an explosive on a ship? The Young Pistols say that they are being paid very handsomely from the Ghoul, and so that's why they're doing these dastardly deeds. As the ship sails into the sunset, it begins to have some issues. The captain calls down to the engine room, but there's no response. Cacturs Jack breaks into the room and tells the captain to put down the phone. Inside of a jacuzzi, the 3 winners of the WCW Bruise Cruise trip are all hanging out, talking about how cool it is that they are here. The young lady raises her glass and says, a toast to the Stinger. Now the Young Pistols in their tidy whities come bursting into the jacuzzi room, preparing to kidnap the not so lucky winners. Meanwhile, the Stinger and Missy Hyatt are breaking it down on the dance floor, when an alert over the emergency speaker comes on that the ship's in trouble. The Stinger takes off to investigate the situation. Now in issues 1 and 2, the Young Pistols were causing some trouble up close and personal, but no one could recognize them in their disguises. But now all of a sudden, Sting can tell from all the way down the hall that it's one of the Young Pistols. As Sting goes to confront them, he's cooled off by one of the Pistols, giving them an opportunity to make a getaway. When Sting gets up, he finds a note on the door from the WCW Ghoul, letting him know that the 3 contestant winners and the captain are his hostages, and that time is of the essence before something catastrophic happens. Now it's time for the Stinger to get out of his party clothes and don his superhero attire. As Sting makes his way down the steps, he can feel that it could be a trap, and he's right, as he's ambushed by Tracy Smothers. While this Young Pistol might have got the jump on Sting, it's not too long till the tide is turned. Sting begins to interrogate Tracy Smothers, but the only info he has is where one of the hostages is being held. Sting rescues the captured passenger from an oil drum and then places Smothers inside. Sting finds another clue from the Ghoul that says, very good, Sting. Guess you're the little engine that could. Sting continues to investigate as he heads to the engine room. Unfortunately for the Stinger, the other half of the Young Pistols, Steve Armstrong, is waiting for him and attacks him with a giant wrench. Armstrong tells Sting he might have got through Tracy, but he won't get through him. Well, Sting proves Armstrong wrong, and not only sends him flying, but he lands in what looks like the gears of the ship. While trapped, Armstrong lets out that Cacturs Jack is involved as well, and that the Ghoul has paid the Pistols to ruin the TV show in hopes of ruining Sting's good reputation. Sting, being the good guy that he is, saves Armstrong from impending doom. Sting ties up Armstrong in the engine room and proceeds to rescue the other 2 captives. However, the captives have another note from the Ghoul saying, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, Sting, but remember, smoking stunts your growth. Sting knows he's up against the clock as time is running out quickly before the Ghoul's ultimate plan is unleashed. As Sting reaches the pool deck, he sees the cruise passengers just going about their day, enjoying life with no clue as to what is going on. Sting looks up and sees smoke coming out of the top and puts together that this is the clue of smoking stunts your growth. Sting begins to make a long climb, only to be greeted by Cacturs Jack holding dynamite when he reaches the top. Sting tries to plead with Cacturs Jack that everyone would die on the ship, and Cactus tells Sting it's okay, cause he's invincible. Sting, not wasting any time, begins to battle Cacturs Jack and exclaims, get ready to be Stinger-sized. Sting battles back and forth with Cacturs Jack, hitting him with a super kick, sending him flying. Sting quickly realizes that Jack might not survive the fall and makes a quick rescue, holding onto him by just a few hairs on his beard. But the momentum of Jack begins to send both of them falling towards the ground and the dynamite flying out of the Stinger's hands. Luckily, it goes kaboom far off the ship. As for our two WCW superstars, Jack hits the wrestling mat first with a big thump, and Sting is able to use his athleticism to make a graceful landing. The TV crew sees this as a prime opportunity to shoot their TV show and begin filming as Cacturs Jack and Sting square off. Sting whips Jack into the corner and nails him with a splash, sending him crashing to the mat. Cacturs Jack tells Sting that maybe the Ghoul's plan wasn't to destroy the ship, but it's just another piece of the puzzle in his master plan. Cactus grabs a chair to punish the Stinger, but never gets the opportunity as he ends up knocking himself out into the steel post as he gets back into the ring. Not believing that he's had enough, Sting lands one more final blow on Cacturs Jack, taking him out, at least for now. The crew on the ship thanks Sting for all he's done and that they are now safe. Sting feels like that every question he seems to solve from the Ghoul just leads to another question. In the darkness, we see the Ghoul as he says, "Poor Stinger. He has quite a mystery on his hand, and he has no idea where or when I'll strike next." In the shadows, we see a guy named Max who tells the Ghoul that it looks like he may have got his money's worth out of the young Pistols and Cacturs Jack. The Ghoul tells Max that he knew those three clowns had no chance of stopping Sting. They were simply a test to see how strong his opposition will be. The Ghoul then says his plan will now go into full effect, and for now, Sting can enjoy this small victory. The final page of this issue is Sting and Missy Hyatt dancing the night away. Missy tells Sting how great he is for saving the day, that he was able to take on all three of those menaces by himself. Sting replies, "I know." Alright guys, well that's going to do it for an action-packed issue of issue number 3 of the WCW comic book. And coming up next, oh yeah, we got the Stinger back on the cover. He's got the WCW World title on, and issue 4 is called The Dangerous Alliance. And guess what? Just a little hint, we're going to find out who the Ghoul is in this issue. So make sure you subscribe here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.